Hi everyone. Good evening. It is evening and it's light and there's sun still out. So after dinner my boys went outside into football and I thought before I'm going back to work, night coats, let me just get my head clear. It's nice and fresh. It's still cold, but the sun's out, there's light. So I thought just a little catch up, let you know what I'm up to. Tell you a little bit about my personal life, maybe. Well, let's see where this goes. I am working really hard on launching my new website. As you might know, I have a normal job and I have my online job. I write, I teach online, I love spreading light, and I have ran my own company for about 3 years now. Yeah, 3 years. So yes, before that I was part of 5D, a little joke of the universe, I always say. This was a franchise training coaching company, 5D, and that's where I learned everything. That's where I became, well, if I say myself, a good coach, a good trainer, a good team coach, because I learned everything systemic. I learned everything about communication and everything about development. I can't, imagine where I would be if I wouldn't have had that tutoring. I did all my education there, I did all my training there, I learned the job, I did the hard work. It was really hard work, but they really taught me a lot. 5 ladies, all the ladies, really tough, really good mentors. And but then I got a little bit, how do you say that? Self-knowledgeable, and I started including what I learned on the back of psychology is spirituality. So I started them to merge and find confluence in everything there was to learn, the Western psychology and the spiritual psychology, and even the quantum psychology and theories. And I merged everything. And it's not something I came up with, it's just I had epiphanies, I had downloads, I wrote in the middle of the night. I wrote my mind, body, spirit theories. I wrote the whole basic training of mastery in a couple of months. It just all, and it was there. And that didn't really fit into what I was doing anymore. I wanted to break free and do my own thing. So, but back then, I was also in a very toxic marriage. And I also had 2 very young boys, and my youngest being very, very ill, in and out of hospital. I think I didn't sleep a normal night for at least 5 years. He was throwing up, not being able to hold anything down. So I was always studying. I became like a metabolic professional almost, because I had to know what was going on with him. So it was this crazy period. And then my parents divorced and my dad also came to live nearby me and I had to take care of him. And then my whole childhood came back and I was, it was so hard. And I can't even remember in what steps everything took place, but somewhere in the middle of the night when I was pushed against the wall and I thought my ex-husband was going to choke me, I decided to finally run away with the children in their pajamas the next morning. That was me gone with the kids. I had been running away for a lot of times, trying to mend everything back together. But there was no mending. There was nothing I could do about it anymore. So I just had to choose for myself and get out. So I did that. And then shortly after that, my dad passed away, died. I had a really bad car accident. I lived on a campsite with my kids. It was a crazy time. Crazy time. Everything in my life was upside down. Everything. I was lost is not even the right word. And somewhere on the other hand, on the other side of that half year, crazy or more crazy things happened. Everything collapsed. Everything. I found myself in a house I always wanted to live nearby school, in an area where I thought I would never going to be able to find a house. And I arrived there and I thought everything was over and the sun was going to shine, but that's when I started healing, really. That's when all the survival started. I was able to release all the survival mechanisms and build my safety. And it's 7 years, 1st of April, it's 7 years ago that after half a year of being on the run, I live in my house with my boys. This is going to be an emotional one. I knew it was going to be. Right, so 7 years. Yeah, it took me 7 years to build myself up again. It took me 7 years to unwind, build up a life, find safety in myself, find safety for my kids, build up self-confidence again, mend my heart. And then after a year I decided to start my own business. And well, people called me crazy because I only just got divorced. But I really made the choice to first get divorced. I was already making that choice. Am I going to start for myself right now? No, I'm going to divorce first. That just happened. I kind of felt what I had to do. And then a year after, I jumped out of it wasn't safety, by the way. I just worked so hard. I already had my own business, but then working for a franchise. So all the work I did, I had to pay 25% to the agency, the 5D ladies I was working for. And I worked hard. I brought the boys to before daycare, and then they went to school, and then they went after daycare. But I had to make a living, and I had to build a future, and I struggled, and I just couldn't do it anymore. So I jumped, and I started for myself, started my own business, started my House of Mastery website, and I wrote all my teachings, and I created all my own visuals that I teach from, that I train from. And I just started, I launched. And then Corona happened. Then COVID happened. And I was back in survival again. Because, things didn't really work out the way I planned them. And again I thought, what's going to happen? How am I going to get through this? I thought I had to trust and jump and it would all be working out. And it didn't seem to for a while. And that's a couple of years ago now. And I'm about to launch my new website. And it feels a bit like I'm coming full circle. 7 years. There's too much wind over there. I'm going to walk back. So, yes, it feels like full circle. And the circle I had to make was away from the business coaching and training I did, because I was really pulled by the spiritual, by the awakening, by the consciousness. And when COVID happened, I just saw what I always had known about the world, that we were living in an illusion, and we were living under control and power, and COVID was just there to wake everybody up. So many people didn't want to see, and I kind of backed out of the normal life to be able to express myself on my channels and stand up for the truth and share truth, which I almost lost a lot of my family and my friends over. Still there's people who are staying away from me. But I was pulled, I was guided, I had to do this. I had to bring my truth, I had to spread my word, I had to bring light and truth, and I had to do all this. And it is around 2 years ago, in the middle of that horrible period where I was just trying to survive and make a living and share the truth, but that wasn't paying any bills. So I did online coaching, one-on-one coaching. I was coaching a lot of people who were depressed, but I didn't have all my team coaching work that I used to do in schools and my training work, which made the most money. But all the schools were closed, so there was none of that. And then I ran into one of my coachees got married, and she asked me to marry her and her husband. It was beautiful. She was in burnout, and she wanted to quit her job, her marriage, and everything. And she got back on track. She got her marriage back on track. And she said, if there's one person who should marry us, it should be you. Do you want to do the talking and everything? And it was very beautiful. It was on a very summery night in a vineyard, and it made me remember my own marriage back in France. So it was a very triggering evening, really. But it was beautiful as well, because there I ran into 3 of the directors I used to do work for, and they asked me how I was. And normally I would always say, oh, I'm fine, and how are you? And, turn the conversation and never make it about me or my worries and my troubles. But I was pushed and guided, to be honest. And I said, well, actually, after 3 lockdowns, I just can't sleep anymore because I don't know how I'm going to survive. And I'm just tired, so no, I'm not doing that well. I was really honest. And they said, well, Daniëlle, we'll help you. I mean, we have schools full of burned out, depressed and stressed teachers. I'm sure we can work something out. Just email us. So I did. And I did email one of them, and he never replied. And I thought, I had to pull myself together again and email him again, ask him for help. So I'd say, hi, I want to get back. And he said, yes, of course. So then I became the Christmas present for all of his school teachers. All of his school teachers got a mastery voucher. I still have it. I'm going to use it on my website again, I decided today. Maybe it can help me this time create miracles again. So, yeah, people got a voucher, and they could come for a session with me to find back their balance. We make a trinity like I do in my coaching programs. I hope one day with my own cards. And that was really nice. And then he said, well, could you work with my teams as well? Because he'd already seen me working as a team coach. And he said, because there's, people have been at home for such a long time. They have to work through and become a team again and have a vision again and have goals to work on. So I said, yes, of course. So I made a plan to work with all of these teams. And then he said, well, you decide, do you want to do that under your mastery company, or do you want to, get a regular job and become one of us, just so you have the safety net if lockdowns happen again. So I said, oh, I'd really, really like that, because it would just help me sleep. And so yeah, I work there now for 1.5 years, but my contract is ending this summer because I was paid for one of these, the government made this available for schools to get extra tutoring. That's what I was paid of, and that money stops now. So my work there stops. And that's okay. I mean, I had a beautiful opportunity for 1.5 years to write my Mastery of Organization program. And the 2 years before, I wrote my Mastery of the Self program, level 1, level 2, the Path of Awakening, the Path of Truth. And now I've written a Mastery of Organization, a leadership, strategy and empowerment, team coaching, leadership training, and it's all there. And I kind of flipped the whole script around in that organization, and they're really happy, and I'm allowed to present to the highest of highest directors of all the schools in The Hague and the region to show them what I did, and hopefully get some more work at other schools doing what I did. So it's a major opportunity, but very scary as well. I can just feel the stress again of something ending, not knowing. I don't know what it is with becoming a little bit older. I don't really like it, but it also makes you less daring, because it feels like I'm going to jump again, and I don't know what's going to happen. And I feel a little bit stressed again. I'm building my website. I'm making everything more beautiful, more me. I'm integrating the Mastery of Organization and the Mastery of Self to try to get that all in one website, which is very hard, not being too spiritual, not being too businesslike. Which is a very big challenge, and I like it, but I have to pull out my creativity, my self-confidence, my trust, my abilities from deep, deep, deep down inside all the time, and say, I'm going for it, this is going to be okay, it's going to work out. Because it's still the same. I love my Mastery of the Self work, I love my online programs, but I hope one day our community is going to be full, and my programs are going to be so full that I can run on doing that. But until then, Spirit's also pushing me to do organization work and to take care of new leadership in the world. I really feel it that way. I mean, I'm not supposed to only do spiritual work and help everybody with their ascension who are already a little bit aware. I'm supposed to work in organizations and help awaken and arise consciousness there where there is no consciousness. Well, not that consciousness yet. So, yes, I do the same work, we just call it different. I do my mind, body, spirit work, I do my alignment work, I do my healing work, we just call it different. So I know this is my calling, and I know I have to do both. So I'm doing my best to get that all done in a website, to get the presentation ready, to launch business programs, and to trust that it's going to work out. Because, that contract has really helped me. And alongside my business survived because there was another angel there. I mean, there was the director who gave me the contract. But on the other side, my business is still alive because there was an angel there who trusted in me, who guided me, and who supported me all the way through to build back my business and keep going and keep sharing the light, which is a huge, huge miracle and such proof to me that everything is always working out for me. And I know this, and I'm so grateful for that. And I believe in magic, and I believe in the power of high vibrations, high frequency, and I know how it works. But boy, do I get triggered sometimes as well, and do I feel challenged, and do I feel pushed, and do I have to overcome myself, my ego, my fears, my doubts, and keep going, keep finding my balance, keep trusting I'm doing the right thing. And just like you guys, I sometimes I can struggle as well, and I know what to do. I get out and I go for a walk, and I do my workouts, and I do my meditation, and I make sure I feed my body proper nutrition, and I do my gratitude, and I do everything I should do. But I'm human, and I still also sometimes find it very difficult, especially with two growing up boys and being a single mum and having my own house to take care of, and my business and my job. And life can just be challenging. I know all about it. So I just wanted to share this personal note with you, just to show you that you're not alone. We're all struggling sometimes, and we're all trying to find our way with our families, with ourselves, with our lives, with our purpose. It is what it is. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I hope soon I will be able to share my new website. I'm going to share more with you about the programs I'm running soon. So if you're joining, you know that you're supporting me as well if you join a level 1 or level 2 program. And know that it's my favorite thing to do, my favorite thing to teach. And I wish one day these programs will be full. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm going to enjoy my last bit of sunshine. I'm going to leave you here. I just want to do a quick catch up with you. Hope you're doing okay. I'm massively proud of all of you pushing hard, trying to find your balance, trying to do and catch up on everything I'm sharing. Massively proud of you all. Keep sharing, keep pushing, keep shining your light, and I'm sending you all of my love. Look what I've just spotted there. Yes, it's a baby sheep. Let me get closer. Hello, you. You are gorgeous. Hi. Oh, hello. Oh, it's springtime. Oh, this just makes me so happy. Oh, everybody's going to love you guys. I'm going to send this all over the world. so happy I can share this with you guys. I hope it makes you as happy as it does make me. Oh, look at them drinking, and they waggle their tails like that. Oh. She's protecting you. Yeah, she's a good mummy. She's a good mummy. Oh, isn't this lovely? Oh, look at this little one. Oh, I love it when they jump. Oh, you gorgeous. Hi. Hello, you. Hi. Do a little jump. The wind is cold though. This was very joyous. I hope you enjoyed this as well. A real Dutch view with the windmill in the background. Let me see if I can get that camera. There it is, with the sun going down. Oh, how nice, how nice. I'm going to do a few sun rises as well with you. I'm going to try this weekend to be here when the sun still needs to get up and share sunrise with you. Get that sunlight, get those codes, get those colors in your eyes. Work on opening your pupils to receive more light. Work on cleaning yourself, and we will be more able to navigate these challenges I was just describing. We will get the epiphanies we need. We will get the alignment, the help, the insights to actualize what it is we came here to do. And I just remembered how beautiful life is.